Now, before you worry, I'm not here to tell you to stop eating avocados. In fact, for many seniors, avocados can be a wonderful food. They're rich, satisfying, and packed with nutrients that support heart health, brain function, and even joint comfort. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not just what you eat that matters, it's how you eat it, how much you eat, and what you combine it with. I've seen too many older adults assume that because something is labeled healthy, it's automatically safe in any amount. That's not always true. Especially after 60, your metabolism changes, your digestion slows, your medication list might grow, and certain small food habits can quietly create big problems over time, from blood pressure fluctuations to weight gain, digestive discomfort, and even dangerous interactions with common prescriptions. What if I told you that the way you store your avocados could increase harmful compounds? Or that eating them at the wrong time of day could worsen acid reflux, or that combining them with certain foods might spike calories far beyond what your body needs, even if everything on your plate looks healthy. Many seniors are making these mistakes every week, not because they're careless, but because no one ever explained the details in plain, simple language. And that's what we're going to do today. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 common but often overlooked avocado mistakes, the kind that don't make headlines but can quietly affect your health, your energy, and even your medications. No scare tactics, no exaggeration, just calm, clear guidance so you can keep enjoying your food without putting your well-being at risk. One of the most common mistakes I see seniors make with avocados is assuming that because they contain healthy fats, they can be eaten in unlimited amounts. It's true that avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that support heart health and help manage cholesterol levels. But even healthy fat is still fat, and fat is calorie dense. After the age of 60, your metabolism naturally slows down. Your body simply does not burn calories the way it did in your 30s or 40s. That means portion size matters much more than many people realize. A whole avocado can contain 250 to 300 calories, sometimes more depending on its size. If you add that to toast in the morning, slices in a salad at lunch, and maybe some guacamole in the evening, you may unknowingly double or triple the amount your body comfortably needs. Over time, those extra calories don't just disappear, they can quietly contribute to weight gain, especially around the abdomen, which is already more common after menopause or later adulthood. Excess abdominal weight is not just about appearance. It increases the risk of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and added strain on the heart. Many seniors tell me, but I'm eating healthy foods, and they are. The issue isn't the food itself, it's the quantity. There's also the digestive side to consider. Avocados are high in fiber, which is generally a good thing. However, if you eat large portions at once, especially if your digestive system has become more sensitive with age, you may experience bloating, gas, or discomfort. Some people even notice loose stools when they eat too much in one sitting. A body over 60 often prefers moderation and consistency rather than large, heavy portions of any one food. Portion awareness can make all the difference. For most older adults, about 1/3 to 1/2 of a medium avocado per day is usually enough to gain the nutritional benefits without overloading the system. Pairing that portion with protein and vegetables can help balance blood sugar and keep you full longer without excess calories. It's also important to remember that avocados are often added to already calorie-rich foods, buttered toast, creamy dressings, tortilla chips, or large sandwiches. When healthy fats are layered on top of other dense ingredients, the total energy intake climbs quickly. What feels like a small addition can turn a light meal into something far heavier than your body needs. The key is not restriction, but awareness. Avocados can absolutely be part of a senior-friendly diet. They can support heart health, help you feel satisfied, and provide important nutrients like potassium and vitamin E. But treating them as a controlled portion rather than an unlimited superfood helps protect your weight, your blood sugar balance, and your overall health as you age. Another common mistake many seniors make with avocados is not considering how they interact with medications, especially blood thinners and blood pressure prescriptions. After 60, it's very common to be taking at least one daily medication for heart health, circulation, or blood pressure control. What many people don't realize is that certain foods, even healthy ones, can subtly influence how those medications work in the body. Avocados contain vitamin K, a nutrient that plays a role in blood clotting. Now, vitamin K is not harmful, in fact, it is essential. But if you are taking anticoagulant medications such as warfarin, sudden changes in vitamin K intake can interfere with how effectively that medication performs. The issue isn't that you can never eat avocado again. The problem arises when your intake is inconsistent. For example, if you rarely eat avocado and then suddenly begin eating one every day, the shift in vitamin K levels may reduce the medication's ability to thin your blood properly. On the other hand, stopping abruptly after eating them regularly can also create imbalance.
Consistency is what matters most. If avocados are already part of your normal routine,
your healthcare provider can adjust medication dosing accordingly. But dramatic dietary swings without medical awareness can increase the risk of clotting or bleeding complication. Many seniors never think to mention food changes to their doctor, assuming only pills matter. In reality, your plate can influence your prescription. There's also potassium to consider. Avocados are naturally high in potassium, which supports heart rhythm and muscle function. For many people, that's beneficial. However, if you are taking ACE inhibitors, certain diuretics, or medications designed to preserve potassium, adding large amounts of high potassium foods can push your blood potassium levels too high. Elevated potassium, known as hyperkalemia, may not cause obvious symptoms at first, but in severe cases, it can lead to dangerous heart rhythm disturbances. Kidney function also plays a role. As we age, kidney efficiency can decline gradually, even if lab numbers appear only mildly altered. The kidneys are responsible for regulating potassium balance. When they are under strain, excessive intake from foods like avocado combined with medication can create unexpected complications. Another layer involves weight management medications or diabetes medications. Because avocados are calorie-dense, eating them in large portions may counteract efforts to stabilize blood sugar or manage weight. While the fats are healthy, they still contribute to overall energy intake, which can influence insulin sensitivity over time. The solution is not fear or elimination. It is communication and balance. If you take heart medication, blood pressure drugs, or blood thinners, it's wise to keep your avocado intake steady and moderate rather than sporadic and heavy. Let your healthcare provider know if you plan to significantly increase or decrease foods rich in vitamin K or potassium. Food and medicine are not separate worlds. After 60, they work together inside the same body. Being mindful of that connection protects your heart, your circulation, and your safety in ways that most people rarely consider. A third mistake many older adults make with avocados has nothing to do with the fruit itself, but with how it is prepared and what it is combined with. Avocado on its own can be a nutrient-dense, satisfying food. The trouble often begins when it becomes part of heavily processed meals, oversized portions, or high-sodium combinations that quietly cancel out its benefits. Take avocado toast, for example. On the surface, it sounds like a healthy choice, but if it's served on thick slices of refined white bread, topped with processed meats, extra cheese, and salted seasonings, the meal quickly becomes high in sodium and saturated fat. For seniors managing high blood pressure, heart disease, or fluid retention, sodium intake is extremely important. Excess sodium causes the body to hold on to water, raising blood pressure and placing extra strain on the heart and kidneys. Guacamole is another example. When made at home with fresh ingredients and minimal salt, it can be a healthy dip. But store-bought versions or restaurant servings often contain large amounts of added salt and sometimes preservatives. Pair that with a bowl of salted tortilla chips, and what started as a healthy fat source becomes a high-calorie, high-sodium snack that may spike blood pressure and contribute to swelling in the ankles or hands. Portion distortion also plays a role. Restaurants frequently serve half or even a full avocado in a single dish. When combined with creamy dressings, oils, nuts, and large protein portions, the total calorie load of the meal can exceed what your body needs in an entire sitting. After 60, your energy requirements are lower, even if your appetite feels similar to years past. Eating balanced portions becomes more important than ever. There's also the issue of added fats. Some people drizzle olive oil over avocado, mix it into mayonnaise-based salads, or combine it with butter in recipes. While each ingredient may be considered healthy in isolation, layering multiple fat sources together significantly increases total caloric intake. Even healthy fats, when consumed in excess, can lead to gradual weight gain. Digestive comfort matters as well. Avocados are rich and creamy, which many people enjoy, but pairing them with fried foods, heavy meats, or rich sauces can slow digestion and trigger acid reflux, especially in older adults whose digestive systems are more sensitive. Some seniors notice heartburn after large, heavy meals that combine multiple fat sources at once. The smarter approach is simple pairing. Combine a moderate portion of avocado with high-fiber vegetables, lean protein like grilled chicken or fish, and whole grains in reasonable amounts. Keep added salt minimal. Choose fresh preparation over processed versions whenever possible. Avocado itself is not the problem, it's the context in which it's eaten. When surrounded by excess salt, oversized servings, and multiple added fats, its benefits fade into the background. Being mindful of preparation and combination allows you to enjoy its nutrients without unintentionally undermining your heart health or weight stability. Another mistake that often goes unnoticed is eating avocados without paying attention to digestive tolerance and timing. As we age, our digestive system changes. Stomach acid levels can decrease, enzyme production may slow down, and the muscles that move food through the digestive tract are not always as strong or coordinated as they once were. A food that felt light and easy to digest at 40 can feel heavy or uncomfortable at GOA, especially if it is eaten in large amounts or at the wrong time of day. Avocados are rich in fat and fiber. Both nutrients are beneficial, but they also slow digestion. Fat naturally delays stomach emptying, which helps you feel full longer. That can be helpful for appetite control, but it can also increase the risk of bloating or reflux in some older adults. If you already struggle with acid reflux, indigestion, or a feeling of heaviness after meals, eating a large portion of avocado late in the evening may worsen those symptoms. Lying down shortly after a high-fat meal increases the likelihood that stomach contents will move upward into the esophagus. Many seniors notice nighttime heartburn without realizing that dinner choices are contributing. An avocado-heavy meal combined with other fats, eaten close to bedtime, may be enough to trigger discomfort that interrupts sleep. Fiber is another important factor. Avocados contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which supports bowel health and regularity. However, if your body is not used to high fiber intake, suddenly increasing avocado consumption can lead to gas, cramping, or loose stools. This is especially true if you are also increasing other high fiber foods at the same time. The digestive system often needs gradual adjustments rather than sudden changes. Some seniors also experience sensitivity to certain natural compounds found in avocados. While not common, mild intolerance can show up as nausea, stomach discomfort, or even mild skin reactions around the mouth. These symptoms are often subtle and easily dismissed, but paying attention to patterns can help you determine whether portion size or frequency needs adjustment. Hydration plays a role as well. Fiber works best when paired with adequate water intake. If you increase fiber-rich foods like avocado but do not drink enough fluids, constipation or abdominal discomfort can occur. Older adults sometimes reduce fluid intake to avoid frequent bathroom trips, which unintentionally makes digestion more difficult. The key is observation and moderation. Eat avocado earlier in the day if reflux is an issue. Keep portions reasonable, especially in the evening. Introduce changes gradually rather than dramatically. Pair it with lighter foods rather than stacking it on top of an already heavy meal. Your body after 60 gives quieter signals than it once did. Listening to those signals and adjusting timing and quantity can help you enjoy nutritious foods like avocado without unnecessary digestive discomfort or disrupted sleep. A final mistake many seniors make with avocados is overlooking food safety and proper storage. Because avocados are natural and fresh, people often assume they are automatically safe as long as they look fine on the outside. But like any fresh produce, they can carry bacteria on the skin, spoil quickly once cut, and become unsafe if not handled properly. The outer skin of an avocado may look thick and protective, but it can still harbor bacteria from soil, transportation, or handling in grocery stores. If you cut into an unwashed avocado, the knife can drag bacteria from the skin directly into the flesh. Many people skip washing avocados because they don't eat the peel, but rinsing and gently scrubbing the outside under running water before cutting is a simple step that reduces risk. Once sliced, avocados spoil quickly due to oxidation. The flesh turns brown, which many assume is only a cosmetic issue. While slight browning from air exposure is generally harmless, leaving cut avocado at room temperature for extended periods increases the chance of bacterial growth. Seniors are often more vulnerable to foodborne illness because immune function weakens slightly with age. What might cause mild discomfort in a younger adult can lead to more serious symptoms in someone over 60. Proper refrigeration is essential. Cut avocado should be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator and consumed within 1 to 2 days. Leaving it uncovered in the fridge can dry it out and expose it to contamination from other foods. Cross-contamination is another concern. If raw meat juices come into contact with cut fruit or vegetables, harmful bacteria can spread. Using separate cutting boards and washing hands thoroughly reduces this risk. Overripe avocados also deserve attention. Very soft, mushy fruit with an off smell or dark, stringy flesh may indicate spoilage. Some people try to salvage overly ripe avocados to avoid waste, but consuming spoiled produce can lead to stomach cramps, nausea, or diarrhea. For seniors who may already have sensitive digestion or underlying health conditions, food poisoning can become serious quickly. There is also the issue of portion leftovers. Preparing large batches of guacamole and keeping them for several days may not be wise unless stored properly and consumed promptly. Adding acidic ingredients like lemon or lime juice can slow browning, but it does not prevent bacterial growth if left too long. Being mindful about washing, storing, and consuming avocados within safe timeframes is just as important as choosing healthy portions. Nutrition is only beneficial when food is safe to eat. Taking small preventive steps in the kitchen protects your health and reduces the chance of avoidable illness, especially as the immune system becomes less resilient with age. If you've listened carefully today, you've probably noticed something important. Avocados are not the enemy. In fact, they can be a nourishing, heart-supportive, satisfying part of your meals even after 60. The real issue isn't the fruit itself, it's how easily small habits, portion sizes, timing, combinations, medication interactions, and food safety details can quietly add up over time. As we grow older, our bodies change. our metabolism slows, our digestion becomes more sensitive. Many of us begin taking medications that interact with nutrients in ways we never had to think about before. That doesn't mean life becomes restrictive. It simply means awareness becomes more powerful than ever. You don't need to eliminate avocados. You don't need to fear healthy fats. You just need balance, consistency, and attention to how your own body responds. Moderate portions, steady intake if you're on medication, thoughtful combinations, proper storage, listening to subtle signals like bloating, reflux, or changes in energy. After 60, protecting your health isn't about dramatic overhauls. It's about small, steady decisions made every day in your kitchen. Food can be medicine, but only when it's used wisely. Stay informed, stay observant, and most importantly, continue choosing habits that support your heart, your digestion, and your long-term well-being.